dodging the raindrops yesterday with the storm that went through the area about 1 o'clock yesterday and washed out last night's game. The Gainesville Gol'Diggers look to play this evening. It is a beautiful night for baseball as they take on the Waleska Wild Things in the makeup game from last night. A must-win situation to remain in first place in the Sun Belt League. Along with Joe Gailey and our studio producer, Nathan Laddie, I'm Mike Warford. Welcome to Gol'Diggers Baseball 97.5 Glory FM. And, Joe, here it is. The Gol'Diggers need to win here because 10 games left in the regular season schedule. 7 of those are away from Ivy Watson Field.
Yes, sir. They need to win tonight and this weekend if at all possible. They've got counting tonight 4 home games left. They've got 3 this weekend or tonight with the second one of the 2 with the Wild Things, 2 with the Aviators tomorrow and Saturday. They're 15-2, still lead the league by half a game over the Chattahoochee from Columbus. They're 15-3. They won both their games over the Monsters this week on Monday and Wednesday. The Bucks are now from Brookhaven are now in 3rd. The Monsters are in 4th. The Atlanta Blues, Atlanta Crackers flip-flop. The Crackers are in 5th. Blues are in 6th. Aviators are in 7th. And the Wild Things are in 8th.
So we are playing the number 7 and 8 teams this weekend in the league with the last game of the season with the Wild Things in tomorrow night. And then on Saturday, the last 2 games of the season against the Aviators.
Yeah, and, on paper, yes, you probably should go and win these games, but you still got to play them, as we say. They got behind the other night, didn't play well, wound up getting a run rule game there in the 7th inning. And, the first 4 innings, they were blanked by the pitcher from Waleska. And then the last 3 innings, they came alive and scored 11 runs and just went away with it for sure.
But the way the weather is right now, I look for the ball popping out of this park tonight.
Yeah, it's extremely humid down there. I went down and walked around, got the lineups, and came back and had to pull out my sweat rag because it's extremely humid. The lights are on because it was dark earlier, but the sun has come out in its all brightness for sure, and it's going to be hot. Sun shining through these windows on us.
It reminds you of yesterday when we had the rains come through during the 1 o'clock hour, and I got the email, a text message from Mike Owens saying the game had been postponed last night. And then the rain ended, and it was pretty right now last night. And It was like, okay, wish we could have played last night.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at 4:30 yesterday, the sun came out over to the house in Canton after I got the message from you, and it was nice there this evening. In fact, I got to weed eat the fence lines yesterday at the house, around the house yesterday while they were cutting grass.
Yeah, think about it is the way the schedule works out in the Sun Belt League. The teams are playing tonight. Then they got to turn around and play tomorrow night, Saturday night. Then they got 4 more games next week.
Yep, and they're off Sunday, and they got 4 next week, and hopefully none of those get rained out so they can play a regular schedule of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, where they'll have a couple of days off in between. And they did pretty good a couple of weeks ago when they played Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They won those 3 games, had 13 strikeouts 3 games in a row here at Ivy Watson, so hopefully they can copy that this weekend for sure.
97.5 Glory FM will be here tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday night to bring you the play-by-play. Then we get next week off and back in action week after next with the final game at home this season against Brookhaven.
Yeah, final regular season game, and hopefully we'll get to host some playoffs, which I figure we will. And then Mike and I will be here with those also. But, yeah, we've got the last regular season this weekend and one more week after next. Makeup game, I think, a regular schedule with Brookhaven. I think we got to do that one. And then that's the regular season will be finished at that point, and then we'll go into playoffs.
Just like last year, top 4 teams will advance on to the Sun Belt League playoffs. At the end of the month, you'll play a best-of-3 series. Of course, you'll have at least one game here at Ivy Watson. Just like it was last year, maybe winning the championship on the road again.
Yeah, might wind up doing that. Hopefully you can. It'd be nice to play it here and be able to get it here. It'd be nice for us to be able to broadcast that championship games here for sure. But we'll have to see as we go along. If
that happens, we got to finish number 2 in the league, so we'd much rather finish number 1 and then go on the road for the championship.
Yeah. So we'll see how it turns out. And then, like I say, Mike got good weather and the team's playing good right now. The pitching has been outstanding. Cole Munhall will get the start tonight for the Gol'Diggers. We've seen Cole up here in the booth with us as much as we have on the field this year. He's been keeping the PA and the music going, but he's pitching tonight, so we probably will not have, as Coach Cawley's not with us tonight. He had a church obligation. And so we'll just play without him tonight.
And you'll hear, of course, everything going on here on 97.5 Glory FM. You'll see the action on the YouTube channel for the Gainesville Gol'Diggers. Just go to GainesvilleGol'Diggers.com and click on the YouTube channel. You'll get a chance to see and hear the action of Sun Belt League Baseball right here on your radio station home. For North Georgia Sports and Gainesville Gol'Diggers Baseball, 97.5 Glory FM. Coming up next, we'll preview tonight's ball game. Get ready for the first pitch of tonight's ball game. It's Gainesville and Waleska. You're tuned to Sun Belt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. Aviators tomorrow night and on Saturday. Then they're back in action in 2 weeks in the last home game of the regular season against the Brookhaven Bucks. All the action starts at 6:35, and all three of those games you can go to their website, GanesvilleGol'Diggers.com, to follow the team throughout this home stretch getting ready for the Sunbelt League playoffs. We're defending Sunbelt League champion Gainesville Gol'Diggers. We get ready for the first pitch of tonight's ball game. It's going to be interesting to see again how the starting pitching can continue. The other night we had another great matchup, Joe, where the starter going another 5 innings of work.
Yeah, the other night we had a really good game between actually both pitchers. As I flip back over there, Wyatt Dodgins came in and pitched really, really well. He struck out 4, walked 3, but gave up no runs. Didn't give up his first hit until the 5th inning. So Wyatt pitched really good. Ashton Smith pitched really well for them, and got 2 new guys out there tonight. Evan Venable will be pitching for the Wild Things, and Cole Munhall, who's pitched well for us this year, is on the hill for Gainesville.
Again, you've seen that the Gol'Diggers, they can come back at any time, and anybody 1 through 10 can contribute in this ball game.
And they have. The other night we saw the 8, 9, 10 guys really contribute. Theo Bryant came, hopefully opened himself up the night when he scored, got a home run, and hopefully that'll get him going. He's in the lineup tonight. Kyle Henley's been in the lineup, been playing pretty good. Matt Rose still leading hitting at 490. He's in the batting order again tonight and playing second base. So we'll see how that goes. They're not announcing the starting lineups as we do not have a PA announcer, but I assume that we will have. I think Coach Owens has it on his phone, or Miss Owens has it on her phone, where we can have the national anthem. So we'll probably start that here in just a second, I would imagine, as the teams are now out on their respective base paths.
And the big thing, too, is Coach Owens pushes all the right buttons, Joe. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more playing the national anthem. We're back in 2 here on 97.5 Glory FM.
As for the Wild Things, you'll have leading off and playing center field number 3, Gianni Lombardo. Batting second, an extra hitter, number 20, Dawson Campbell. At first base, batting third, number 32, Ryan Martin. In the cleanup slot, the catcher, number 44, Brennan Hudson. Another extra hitter in the fifth spot, number 31, Quinn Petty. The third baseman, number 25, Parker Doyle. In right field, number 36, Jake Streeter. At second base, Sebastian Perez. He'll wear number 16. Then in the ninth spot, Jonathan Smith, the shortstop, wears number 11. In the 10th spot, the left fielder, number 34, Cade Heflin. Doing the pitching tonight will be number 45, Evan Venable. And then for the Gol'Diggers, 15-2 on the season, we have leading off playing left field, number 9, Brandon Prince. Batting second, the right fielder, number 1, Brady McDevitt. Batting third, the second baseman, number 6, Matt Rose. An extra hitter, number 26, Corey Collins. Another extra hitter, number 23, Jeremiah Boyd. The batting sixth, number first baseman, number 18, Riley Stanford. Batting next, Brady Moore. The third baseman wears number 7. Batting eighth, number catcher, number 16, Kel Strickland. The shortstop, number 21, Hayden Murphy. And batting 10th, the center fielder, number 15, Theo Brandt. Pitching tonight will be Cole Munhall for the Gol'Diggers. So defensively, you've got Brandon Prince in left, Theo Brandt in center, Brady McDevitt in right. Third to first, Brady Moore at third, Hayden Murphy at short, Matt Rose at second, and Riley Stanford at first. And the battery tonight, Cale Strickland behind the dish, and Cole Munhall will do the pitching for tonight. Mike, Munhall on the season, get my papers shifted around here. Munhall on the season is got a 2.49 ERAs. He is 2-0. He's pitched 21.2 innings, 14 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 9 walks against 25 strikeouts. So that's where they are defensively for the Gol'Diggers tonight. Waleska, as I said, will start off. Lombardo, Campbell, and Martin will be leading it off for the Wild Things in the top of the first. The Wild Things are all in orange with their green and white pinstripe tonight, white numbers with the green trim, and in their dark uniforms, all in black with the red and gold trim, are the Gol'Diggers this evening. Mike?
And we get ready to start things off here in this Sun Belt League matchup again. It is the 18th game of the season. Gol'Diggers are 15-2 overall season. It's been a tough year for the Waleska team.
It has. They've only won 3 this season. They had 2 tough losses over at their place against Gainesville earlier this year. And then the other night they played well for 4 innings, and then the bottom fell out for them. So the first pitch is Gianni Lombardo comes up to the plate. The first pitch from Munhall. He squares to bunt. The pitch is on the outside corner, strike 1. Lombardo is from Watkinsville, Georgia, plays his college ball at Limestone College. He is batting .297 on the season. The left-handed hitter awaits the 0-1 pitch. Here it is. Strike 2, beautiful pitch right there at the belt, outside corner. Munhall's hitting the spots here in the top of the first. Nice hot evening. Flags moving a little bit from right to left. As Mike said earlier, the ball will probably carry if you get up in there tonight. Here's the 0-2. Swung on a miss, struck him out for out number 1 here in the top of the first inning. That'll bring up Dawson Campbell from Marietta, Lander University. Campbell on the season batting .250. No home runs, no RBIs. Left-handed hitter stands in. He's an extra hitter in the lineup for Coach Davis May tonight. Campbell stands in and waits the first pitch from Munhall. The right-hander delivers. Inside, 1-0. Should be 26 strikeouts on the season for Cole now. 25 coming in, and add 1 more. The 1-0 pitch, here it is. Fouled off of Strickland's face mask right to the back. 1 ball, 1 strike now.
Nothing else, I would think he'd want to throw as few pitches as possible, get back into the dugout and stay there as much as possible.
Yeah, exactly right. Get in there where they can get some water and stay fairly in the shade anyway. Tough for Waleska because the sun's right in their dugout tonight. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Not as big a crowd as we had the other night, but a decent little crowd on hand here for Thursday night baseball. Mike mentioned rained out from last night, and here we are tonight. Rained all around us today, and a little bit here, but not much. The 1-2 pitch. flare down the third base side out of play. Still 1-2. Munhall from Cumming, Georgia, stands in with his 2.49 ERA on the hill. The pitch to Campbell. Big curveball stayed up high, 2-2. 365 to center, 325 down the lines here at Ivy Watson. Nice green field here in the first full week of July. The pitch, inside corner, strike 3. So one swinging and one called here in the top of the first. That'll bring up Ryan Martin, the first baseman, number 32. Ryan from Marietta, plays college ball at Georgia Highlands College over in the Dalton area. And Martin, let me find him, is 267 on the season, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. The right-hander awaits. That one hit right here above us, Mike. I don't think I'd have had time to react if I had a net. Haven't got back there in a hurry. The foul ball from Martin. 0-1. Munhall works in a pretty decent pace here. The 0-1 pitch from Munhall. Stayed high, 1-1. Kel Strickland doing the catching tonight. He's signed to go down to Auburn University this fall. The 1-1 pitch from Munhall to Martin. Here it is. Curveball, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the first inning. Wild things at bat. The 1-2 pitch from Munhall. Here it is. Swung on a miss, struck out the side, Michael.
They go down 1, 2, 3, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base at the end of a half inning of play. It's Waleska nothing, and the Gol'Diggers are coming to bat. Joe and Mike with you. Bottom half of the first inning with a scoreless game. And Joe, it took Cole just 6 minutes to get the Waleska team out.
Well, and he did very well spotting his pitches. 3 up, 3 down, striking out the side, 2 swinging and 1 called. And if he can do that for 3 or 4 more innings, you know that, and throw just that few pitches, you know, Coach Owens has got to be, and Coach Carpenter both got to be very pleased with that. Defensively for the Waleska team, left to right, you got Cade Heflin in left, Gianni Lombardo in center, Jake Streeter in right. From third to first, Parker Doyle at third, Jonathan Smith at short, Sebastian Perez at second, Ryan Martin is at first, and the duo of Evan Venable on the hill and Brennan Hudson behind the plate for the Wild Things this evening. Venable, 37, and let's go back over here and look. Let's see, Venable on the season, 7.07 ERA, 14 innings pitched, 17 hits, struck out 12, walked 10, given up 12 runs, 11 of those earned this season. Brandon Prince, Randy McDevitt, Matt Rose will lead it off for the good guys. Prince was born at Georgia Mercer University, wears number 9. Prince batting 29 guys coming into tonight's game. Venable will stand in. Venable steps off for a moment. Now he gets back in. The pitch. Bounced by the catcher and back here with us. 1-0.
And to me, it's still interesting, Joe, that another different lineup for Coach Owings.
Yep, he's got a different one just about every night, doesn't he? They'll flip-flop him around, go from EH to catching, and with 3 games in a row, he's got to be kind of picky and choosy. Luckily, he has that one bounced away squared to bunt and bounced away low and hit the ground. 2-0 now. Luckily, he's got the luxury of being able to do that and swap kids around in different places. Hayden Murphy at short tonight instead of Guidry, and being able to swap folks around. Riley at first tonight instead of David Lewis. The pitch. Strike one called. Outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 count now. Venable looks in. The right-hander delivers. Outside again. That's 2. He's through into the left-hander batter's box and by the catcher. 3 balls, 1 strike now. As the on-deck man, McDevitt, retrieves the ball and gets it back over to our umpire. Umpires tonight are Rusty Griffin, Stephen Bridwell, and Kenneth Dotson. The pitch. Outside, ball 4. So good lead off, good way to lead it off here in the first inning for the Diggers, Mike. Brandon Prince with a leadoff walk brings up Brady McDevitt on the season. McDevitt is, find him on my list, 220 on the season. A couple of RBIs. Brady, a left-handed hitter from Marietta, Chipola College. Brady in right field tonight. First pitch to him is outside. Right now, Venable can't find the plate. He's kind of all over the place, isn't he?
As you go back to Monday night, though, Brady did play in that ball game and contributed late in the game.
Yes, he did. The 1-0 pitch. There's a line drive out into right field. It's going to go down in the corners. That's going to have put runners at second and third. Bounces off the wall. The right fielder gets it. Brady scampers. Here comes the run home. He will score 1-0. Good guys. The Diggers with 1 run. Run scoring double by Brady McDevitt. He got to stand up at second after that hard hit ball into right field.
Even though he only has a 220 batting average, Joe, he hits the ball hard every time.
Yes, he does, and proved it right there. 1-0 now. Gainesville leads it here at the bottom of the first. Matt Rose will come to the plate. The right-hander, second baseman, Clearwater, Florida. Still leading the team. 490 on the season. 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. Scored 20 runs on the season has Matt. Second baseman awaits the first pitch from Venable. Here it is. Inside and high, 1-0. 1 run in, 1 run on. That's McDevitt after the double. Corey Collins on deck. The 1-0 pitch by Venable. Here it is. Line foul down the first base side. And out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rose on the season. Mike's played in 17 games, 51 at bats, 25 for 51. 2 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, as I said. The 1-1 pitch from Venable. Outside, 2-1.
As you see, he's played all 17 games for the Diggers this summer, and it just shows, how effective he has been. The coach will keep in the game.
Yep. Well, he was up as high as 618 a couple weeks ago when Mike and I were with you in one game, raised it about 20 points that night. That one started to go and walked, and the runner goes down to third. He will be out at third base. 2-5 on the put out. Brady McDevitt caught stealing. Umpire right on top of it. 2-5 on the put out. 1 out now. Matt Rose will stand in.
Got a little bit of a late start there for Brady.
Good job by the catcher, Hudson, to step back and throw a good strike down to the third baseman, Parker Doyle. The 3-1. Foul back to the screen. Full count now, 3-2. On deck is Corey Collins. Saw Corey for the first time last week. He's an addition from Swanee, Georgia. The 3-2 pitch from Venable. Here it is. Strike 3 call. Right on the outside corner. Corey Collins, the extra hitter, Swanee. Left-handed product from University of Georgia. Corey with no batting average yet. The pitch inside, 1-0. 2 men out. Jeremiah Boyd would be next. Collins stands in. Big left-hander waits. Outside, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Winds picked up a little bit, blowing still right to left, more out to center at times. The 2-0 pitch now from Venable as he looks into his catcher Hudson. Gets the sign. The pitch. Outside, 3-0. Might turn around and walk Corey here on 3-0. You never know.
1-0 Diggers here in the bottom half of the first inning.
The 3-0 pitch to Collins. High fly ball, but it's going to be in the bark, I believe. Center fielder drifts over. That's Lombardo for out number 3.
And that'll do it for Gainesville in the first inning for the Diggers. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base at the end of 1. It's Gainesville 1, Waleska nothing. As you're tuned to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM.
80, 85.
Here you go, Skip. Thank you. You got one? I think there's one out there.
Yep, Brennan Hudson, Quinn Petty, Parker Doyle, 4, 5, and 6 for the Wild Things here in the top of the second inning. If the first inning, our second inning goes as smooth as the first did, then Munhall's going to cruise through this one. Hopefully he will. One more pitch up to the warm-up pitch up to his catcher, Kel Strickland. He'll toss it down to Matt Rose at second, and we'll get started. Right down the middle, and a good toss down to second. Matt Rose tags the invisible man out. And we will bring up Brandon Hudson. Brennan from Cumming, Georgia State product. Hudson on the season. See if I can find him on my list over here. Evidently is a new guy. He's not on the list of hitting. So Brennan evidently is a new guy on the block. Left-hander bats left, throws right. Where's number 44? Hudson stands in the first pitch. Strike called. Outside corner at the belt. And you can tell he's checking with our home plate umpire to say, okay, where was it? Hadn't seen much live pitching this year, evidently. In this summer, anyway. The 0-1 pitch. Inside corner, strike 2. Cole. Right back where he left off the last inning.
Has been in front of every hitter.
The 0-2 pitch. Munhall awaits. The pitch to Hudson. Here it is. Ground ball out to Matt Rose. Three-hopper. Rose, a little funny hop, picks it, flips it underhanded to Stanford for out number 1. First ball hit, but it was hit right basically over. Matt Rose had to go over to his left a little bit. Ranged very nicely. Got it. Tossed it underhanded over to the first baseman, Riley Stanford, for out number 1. I'll bring up Quinn Petty, extra hitter from Cumming. Plays his college ball at the University of North Alabama. Petty on the season is 179 batting average. The pitch, big sweeping curveball, stayed up high on the right-handed batter. 1-0. Petty awaits the 1-0 from Munhall. Here it is. That one stayed inside, almost hit him as it came by. 2 balls, no strikes. Cole looks in, gets his sign from Kel Strickland. The pitch. Hit out into right field. McDevitt corrals that one very easily. Comes in a couple of steps for out number 2. 2 men up, 2 men down here in the top of the second inning. Bring up Parker Doyle. Parker from Dallas, Georgia, and wears number 25, playing third base for the Wild Things this evening. Plays his college ball at Spring Hill College. Parker Doyle batting .214 on the season. The pitch. Call strike outside corner to knees. 0-1.
Started this game very similar to the one we had back on Monday night, Joe.
Yep, it is. It is. Had 4 scoreless innings in that one for both teams. Strike right there at the top of the strike zone. 0-2. Doyle didn't agree with it too much, but it is what it is. No balls, 2 strikes. Munhall looks in. The pitch. Curveball fouled off. Over towards behind us here, over towards the on-deck circle for the Wild Things. Streeter will pick that one up, hang on to it, and give it to the umpire when he comes up next. Parker Doyle stands in. The 2-strike pitch from Munhall to Doyle. Here it is. Swung on a missed. Struck him out. 6 up, 6 down.
Perfect through 2 innings of play for Munhall as the Gol'Diggers lead by a score of 1-0 as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Is your tune to Gol'Diggers baseball on 97.5 Glory FM.
Charlie King is with us from King Green.
Let's go defense.
The Gainesville Gol'Diggers stepping up tomorrow night and on Saturday night as they take on the Alpharetta Aviators. And one more game left of the regular season schedule here at home as they will go up against the Brookhaven Bucks coming up in just a couple of weeks. We'll have all those games for you right here. Again, they have 7 games on the road in this home stretch getting ready for the postseason play as they look to successfully defend their Sun Belt League championship.
Due up here in the bottom of the second, Jeremiah Boyd, Riley Stanford, Brady Moore, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Gol'Diggers. Jeremiah from Harrisburg, North Carolina, plays his college ball at Middle Tennessee State University. Jeremiah on the season batting .326 coming in. 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. The pitch. Strike called on a nice little curveball by Venable. 0-1 now to Jeremiah. Seen Jeremiah EH and catch this year for the Gol'Diggers. Pitch by Venable. Ground ball, base hit right by the third baseman's glove. Down into the corner, see if Jeremiah tries for two. He's trying. I believe he's going to get there. Standing up with a stand-up double, Jeremiah Boyd.
Second extra base hit for the home team so far in the first 2 innings.
And for Jeremiah, that is his third double of the season. He's giving Halton Hardy his shin or ankle protector and his arm protector that he had on. Now Riley Stanford, Gainesville, Georgia Tech product, stands in. Where's number 18, the first baseman, on this evening? Riley batting .297, bringing that average up and up and up. Stanford stands in. Here's the pitch. First pitch to Riley's outside. Home run, 4 RBIs on the season for Riley. One-0 pitch from Venable to Stanford. Bounced away, but not far enough for Jeremiah to get down to third. He'll hop back over to second. Good job by Hudson to scurry over and corral that baseball.
And Boyd has the speed out there on second.
He does. Surprising speed for a spark plug shaped guy like he is. The 2-0 pitch. Here it is. The hit high in the air. The center fielder Lombardo got a late jump, but he's going to grab it and hold the runner at second for out number 1.
And Joe, while we have a break at the action, it's top of the hour, 7 o'clock. This follows 10 seconds for station identification. You're tuned to Sunbelt League Baseball. The big, of course, is to get that man on second around and get a hit with a man in scoring position.
Brady Moore, the man to try and do it from Talking Rock, Georgia, stands in, playing third base tonight. Brady, the first pitch to him is low and away. Brady Moore on the season. As a glance over my paperwork, Brady is .344, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs on the season. The pitch. Outside, good scoop right there, backhanded scoop by Hudson to catch that one. One thing about Venable, he's been consistent throwing the ball into the left-handed batter's box tonight on a right-handed hitter. Brady stands in. Awaits the 2-0 pitch. Here it is. Low and away, 3-0. Brady might be just as happy with a walk. On deck is Kel Strickland, catcher for today. Venable looks in, gets his sign from Hudson. Hudson gets set. The 3-0 pitch. Call strike on the outside corner. 3-1. 1 man out. Runner on second is Boyd. Gainesville leads it 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Scored their run on a walk and a long double a minute ago. That one bounced up, ball 4. So now we'll have runners at first and second after the Brady Moore walk. That'll bring up the catcher, Kel Strickland from Watkinsville. Just signed to play at Auburn next year. Congratulations to him. Kel is, find him on my list here. Got too many names, Mike, that's it. .344 on the season, 9 RBIs. Timeout called as Coach Davis May, the skipper for Waleska, goes out to talk to his right-hander.
Well, so far, Venable's given up 2 walks and 2 doubles in the first 2 innings.
1 strikeout, a couple of fly balls to center. Kel Strickland, where's number 16, stands in now.
So the Atlanta Braves have the evening off. They return to play tomorrow for a 3-game series to end the first half of the season. They'll be in St. Petersburg to take home with the Tampa Bay Rays, the team with the best record in the American League, against the team with the best record in the National League.
That one bounced away from the catcher, went over the fence, and both runners will move up 90 feet. That will be a wild pitch. I'm looking down at our scorekeeper. I'm pretty sure that's wild. He's shaking his head yes. So a wild pitch moves him up 90 feet.
Now, my question is a layman, if it goes out of play, isn't that 2 bases?
No, because your runners were already at first and second. So only on a throw from the outfield is it 2 bases. I think that's correct. We'll check with our player and up here in our scorekeeper. That was a strike. 1-1 now. The count to Kel Strickland. I know the rule when I used to umpire, one base from the infield, 2 from the outfield, but that's been a while back. The 1-1 is outside, 2-1 now to Strickland. On deck is Hayden Murphy, playing shortstop this evening. Beautiful night. If you're listening in, come on out. Got a nice night. The wind's blowing out. Clouds have thinned out a good bit. Still got some high ones up there. The pitch. There's a ground ball out to the shortstop. Smith picks it up, throws it over to first. They give up the run to get the out. Smith to Martin on the put out, but Jeremiah Boyd comes in to score, and Brady Moore moves over to third.
Making it 2-0 in favor of Gainesville.
Two outs now after the 6-3 put out. 2-0 Gainesville. And now you've got number 21, Hayden Murphy, shortstop from Chula, Georgia, Auburn University. Hayden will stand in. First pitch to him. Chopper back over the mound. Shortstop Smith comes in, throws it over to his Martin at first for out number 3.
And that'll do it for the Gol'Diggers here in the second inning. Can play with add another run as they score 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and a man left on base. We'll go to the top half of the third inning with the score now. Gainesville 2, Waleska nothing. You're tuned to
Baseball, 97.5, good morning,
That's what I think we're going to do. You said the young working on the 6th. Yes. The ball's hit. They're already in. If the bat passed or something like that, you would have got the next base. And I always understood there's 2 bases from the outfield on the club. Okay, then if they're out there, it's 2 bases. We've got third and home. And if the runner in the second had already attained that because he was straight in, and he would be third and home also. So we had that controversy years ago. Maybe that's before these things.
Radio station for Gainesville Gol'Diggers baseball. We go
the third inning with the Diggers leading by a score of 2-0, scoring runs in the first and the second inning of play. And so far, it's been perfect for Cole Munhall.
Hopefully he can keep it going there. Jake Strader, Sebastian Perez, and Jonathan Smith. 7, 8, and 9 here in the top of the third inning. Strader from Atlanta plays his college ball at Kennesaw State University. Strader, let's see, on the season, see if he's got to hit any. He has not. He's just been pitching. So the right fielder will stand in. He may be one of those new additions. A lot of guys coming in late and playing with these teams, Mike, here late in the season to get a little ball in before they head back to college here in a few weeks. Believe it or not, what did you tell me today? School starts in 3 weeks here in Hall County?
Yep, first week in August.
Crazy. Swung on a miss. A big cut there by Streeter at a nice pitch. That drifted away from the hitter by Cole Munhall.
Basically a month from today, they'll be back in school.
0-1. The count to Streeter. Pitch from Munhall. Hit high, foul, back over the first base side. 0-2. Well, in about what we got, about 5-6 weeks till we start our first football season.
6 weeks from tomorrow night. Tonight it'll be 8 weeks from tonight. We have our first college football game.
I hope that we sure have a lot cooler weather by then, buddy. The 0-2 pitch outside, 1-2. Tried to wasted a pitch. I tried to get him to swing at one that went away from him. Strickland gets his sign out to his pitcher. Munhall comes set. The right-hander delivers. Big curveball stayed outside and high. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes now to Jake Streeter, right fielder for the Wild Things. There's number 36. The 2-2 pitch. Swung and a missed. Struck him out.
And he continues to be dominant out there on the mound for the Gol'Diggers.
5 strikeouts over the 2 1/3 innings now. Sebastian Perez. Perez, Woodstock, Georgia, plays college ball at Georgia Cornett. Perez on the season. I don't see him on the list either, so oh well. The first pitch to Perez. Nice curveball, broke in there, beauty from Munhall. No balls, 1 strike to the Wild Things second baseman. Swung and a miss, strike 2. I tell you what, Cole's in command of his pitches tonight. Like to see that, don't you?
Absolutely.
You know, Coach Carpenter, pitching coach, and the skipper, Mike Owens, love to see that from the pitchers. The 0-2. A little blooper out into left field. That's going to be Brandon Prince. Right Johnny on the spot, moved about 2 steps and made the grab for out number 2. If 7 if you're scoring at home. 2 outs. Jonathan Smith now from Swanee, Georgia. Plays college ball up over the mountain at Young Harris. Shortstop wears number 11. And it's cold in them there hills and when they start balling in January and February up there, for sure. First pitch to him from Munhall. Low, 1-0. Back when, before fast pitch softball was brought in back in the 80s, I would go up and call some slow pitch softball games for Young Harris. The 1-0 pitch by Munhall. Ground out to our shortstop. Murphy picks it up. Throws it over to Stanford for out number 3.
3 of 3 down for the third straight inning. Down go the Wild Things here in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We'll go the bottom half of the third inning. It's still Gainesville 2, Waleska nothing. You're tuned to Gol'Diggers Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. Saturday night for a 2-game series against the Alpharetta Aviators. Game time 6:35 tomorrow night and on Saturday night. Then they're back in action at home coming up in 2 weeks to wrap things up during the regular season against the Brookhaven Bucks. Then make sure you join us for the upcoming Sun Belt League playoffs where you're defending champion Gainesville Gol'Diggers. You can always go to their website at gvillegoldiggers.com as we go to the bottom half of the third inning.
9-1-2 here in the bottom of the third. Theo Bryant, Brandon Prince, Brady McDevitt. Theo comes in from Conley, Georgia, Tennessee Tech. Man stands in against Venable. As a high chopper over the skipper's head. Down against the fence, right past the dugout down there. And find my man Theo Bryant. Theo is bumped up a little bit. He's at 229 now. A couple of home runs, 11 RBIs. Pitch. Swung and a missed, a big cut that time by number 15. Theo had a dinger on Monday night in the run rule game. The 0-2. Outside. 1-2. Venable trying to get back on track a little bit here after a little shakiness in the last 2 innings. Swung on a missed. Struck him out. So the second strikeout of the evening for Venable. Out one here in the bottom of the third. Brandon Prince, who walked and scored way back in the first inning. And I say way back, less than an hour ago. Brandon Prince, then Brady McDevitt will stand in. Prince, 429 coming in. He's now 10 for 22. Up to maybe a point or two. Here's the pitch. I'm sorry, he's 9 for 21 still because he walked earlier. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch by Venable. Broke nicely for a nice curveball right there. Top of the strike zone, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 man out. Top of bottom of the third inning. There's a little blooper out into left center. Falls in for a base hit. So Prince now 1 for 1 with a walk for his first hit of the evening. Been on base twice though. Brings up Brady McDevitt. He's 1 for 1 on the evening. Was thrown out trying to steal third back in the first inning. McDevitt on the season 220. 9 of 41, now 10 of 42 after that last at bat back in the first. The pitch. Runner's on the way. Runner got away from the man. He slides in there very easily, didn't even have to. He dove in and the ball went all the way to the fence, came around, bounced right back to the catcher Hudson. So a stolen base by Prince. And that'll bring Brady McDevitt will stand in 1-0 now. Left-hander from Marietta, Georgia. The pitch from Beneville. Here it is. Tries to bunt. Foul tipped at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Prince down at second. 1 man out. Bottom of the third inning. The 1-1 pitch by Venable. Man at second, Prince bothering him enough to fake that one and looked like he was going to whirl and go to second, but didn't. Jonathan Smith, the shortstop, took about a step over there and then backed off. 1-1 pitch by Venable. Here it is. Good job by Hudson to block that. Was ball 2, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 man out. Gol'Diggers lead it 2-0. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Diggers. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Wild Things. The pitch. Strike on the inside corner. Nice pitch by Venable.
In the third straight inning, the Gol'Diggers have had a runner on second base.
Keeps the pressure on the pitcher for sure. And the catcher for that matter. 2-2 pitch. Venable gets his sign from Hudson. Here it is. Big curveball, stayed up high. Full count. 3-2 now. To McDevitt, the right fielder for the Gol'Diggers this evening. The payoff pitch now to McDevitt. Here it is. Line drive right up the middle base head. Nice piece of hitting right there by Brady. Drives in another run, makes it 3-0 Gol'Diggers.
Another hard hit by McDevitt.
He hit that one right past 37, the pitcher Venable. Shortstop couldn't get over to it. Nice hit right off the end of the bat, but a good hard hit ball by Brady McDevitt. That'll bring up Matt Rose, struck out his first time. Second baseman stands in. There's number 6. And both McDevitt and Rose look down at the skipper. Mike Owens in the third base coach's box and get their sign. Matt will stand in. The sun glares right in. Matt has to kind of put his hat down so the brim of his hat's in there where you can see the pitch coming in. First pitch to him by Venables. Bounced up. They throw behind him, and they've got McDevitt in a run down. To first, to second. Second, bobble it. And they get it over to the pitcher. Pitcher throws it over to the shortstop. McDevitt's still in the rundown, and he will be tagged out, but they have interference. They're going to say safe at first base. I believe he might have had interference because one of the guys never got out of the way, which I think was the second baseman. They're going to go down and talk, but the first base umpire said that McDevitt was safe at first base. And now Coach Davis is going to come out of the third base dugout. The third base umpire is going to say that, come over and say that. They said they had interference, and I think that's what it was. And first base umpire had him safe anyway. So he'll be safe at first base. Brady escaped one right there on that one because the man didn't get out of his way in time. And I think the pitcher, Venables, explaining to Coach Davis what he had. They're going to talk about it again.
The thing about Brady, he forced the Wild Things to throw the ball way too much.
Yep.
It was about 7 different times they threw the ball in that rundown.
Mm-hmm. Talking about it again. Now the first base umpire was looking at Brady diving back into the bag. The home plate umpire pointed down what I saw might have been interference from the Wild Things. I don't know if the third base umpire had anything. They're saying safe as a crew. And now Coach Davis is kind of sticking his hands like, why? Well, I saw a defensive man in the way. That's where I'm coming from with it. So, not sure, but that's the ruling on the field, and it will stay that way. So, Brady will have to catch his breath and stay at first for another pitch or two, won't he? So we got a 1-ball, no strike count on Matt Rose. Nice job by the catcher Hudson to throw down behind McDevitt. Had him dead to rights if they'd have just got it to the right person to tag him out.
But they did.
Pitch. Yeah, they did. That's exactly right. The 1-0 pitch, here it is. Matt Rose, a ground ball out to the second baseman. Perez scoops it, throws to second, on to first, and he's safe at first. So the fielder's choice, 4-6, will stand with 2 men out and a runner now at first. 4-6 on the put out number 2. Fielder's choice, Matt Rose. Corey Collins, the left-hander batter, will come in. Swanee, Georgia native, extra hitter in the lineup for today. Will stand in. The left-hander awaits the pitch from Venable. Here it is. Bounced away back here with us, and Matt Rose will scamper on down to second. Wild pitch. Thanks to our scorekeepers from the Sun Belt League for being over here to Mike's left and being able to communicate with him has been immensely helpful for us this year. Collins will stand in with a 1-0 count now. Matt Rose at second. The pitch, way outside, 2-0. Now, if Collins were to just hit one off the end of the bat down in the left field corner, Mike, Matt could probably run around the bases another time after he scored. There's all kinds of room down there. Action in the bullpen for the Wild Things. Venable steps down off the hill. Frustrated with himself, gets a little dirt on his hand. Steps back up on top. Looks into Hudson, gets his sign. The 2-0 pitch. Here it is. Inside. 3-0.
Well, I mean, here's where Coach Davis Mays has really got to manage his pitchers with 4 games in 5 days.
Yep, exactly. Exactly right. Might wind up having to pitch a lot of guys that don't normally pitch. The 3-0 pitch now to Collins. Strike called on the inside corner. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. 1 run in here in the bottom of the third. Is 3-0 now. Gainesville. 3-1 pitch by Venable. Line drive out into it. Could be out of here. It is a dinger for Corey Collins. Long home run as it went right past the foul pole in right center, the light pole in right center. Collins got it all, Mike, for a 2-run homer.
And again, Coach Owings pushing the right buttons, Joe, making it now 5-0 in favor of Gainesville here in the third inning.
Well, I mean, saw Corey, I think, in one at bat the other night. Now Coach May is going to go out to the mound. He's probably going to take the ball from Venable.
That's automatic.
He does, and we'll make the call to the bullpen, brother.
We'll take a call now to the Clipper, call to the bullpen here at 97.5 Glory FM. The score, Gainesville 5, Waleska nothing. We're back in 1 minute on 97.5 Glory FM. Just 2 2/3 innings where Venable comes out of the ball game, trailing 5-0, and Coach Davis Mace goes to the bullpen, Joe.
McCain Mangum from Ringgold, Georgia, LaGrange College comes in. He's a right-hander. Mangum on the season has only pitched in 12.2 innings. His ERA is 9.94, giving up 16 hits and 22 runs, 14 of those earned on the season for Mangum. Mangum wears number 24, and he will be doing the pitching now for the Wild Things. I think that in the first couple of innings, that with Venable out there, he gave up 1 run each inning. Then the third inning actually started out fairly decent for him by getting an out, but then there was a hit and a stolen base and a hit and scored a run. I mean, so it kind of went downhill from there, didn't it? As he finishes his warm-up tosses now with Brennan Hudson, Jeremiah Boyd will be the first batter to face him as the skipper Mike Owens over talking to Boyd and to Stanford. 2 men out here, 3 more runs in after the couple of singles, the wild pitch, and then a home run by Corey Collins to score 2 runs. 5-0 lead, 5 runs on 5 hits, no errors. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Wild Things here from Ivy Watson. We'll be back with you tomorrow night and Saturday night, 6:35 or 6:20 both nights, against the Aviators. Another league matchup. The Aviators will come into this weekend series at 5-12, and we're looking at the Gol'Diggers being 16-2 coming into this weekend series.
This all-time winning streak, looking at 11 games tonight.
First pitch to Jeremiah is low. Boyd, as I said earlier, 326 coming in. Got a hit his last time, so now he is 15 for 44 on the season. 1-0. Stayed high. 2-0 now. Yeah, trying to continue the win streak and go up to what, this will be 11 games. This will be the all-time record if they win this one tonight.
Be 11 straight for them. Yep.
Good for them. Well, as you mentioned a while ago, Coach Owens has really been pushing all the right buttons for him this year. There's a little grounder up the middle. The shortstop will scoop it over. Throw a lollipop over to first base to Martin for out number 3.
But for the Diggers here in the third, they score 3 runs on the big 2-run homer there by Collins. They score 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, no one left on base. And we'll go to the top half of the 4th inning with the score now. Gainesville 5, Waleska nothing. You're tuned to 97.5 Glory FM. Glory FM with the Gol'Diggers and Coach Micah Owings' brother-in-law, Manny Tuasopa, and his Gwinnett Stripers taking on the Omaha Storm Chasers this evening down at Coolray Field.
You said the Omaha Storm Chasers?
Yes, the Storm Chasers.
All right, Omaha, Nebraska, the Storm Chasers. I put it together. How about that? Good job. Cade Heflin, the number 10 man. Gianni Lombardo and Dawson Campbell, 10, 1, and 2 here in the top of the fourth inning. We're just whirling right along here. And what, about an hour's in the top of the fourth inning. Cade Heflin will stand in from Marietta, plays his college ball at East Georgia College, Mike. Left fielder stands in, the left-handed batter. Squares to punt. Not punt, but bunt. Took a low for a ball. On deck is Gianni Lombardo. The 1-0 pitch from Cole Munhall. Third baseman comes in. Big swing and a miss by Heflin. Brady Moore comes in on the edge of the grass. Thinking if there is a bunt, maybe I can scoop it up and toss him out pretty quick. Heflin stands in with a 1-1 count. The pitch. Swung and missed at an inside fastball. 1-2.
Well, the Wild Things trying to get on base any way possible.
Yep, any way they can. And they can't stand there and take strikes because Cole's very much in command of his pitches tonight. The 1-2 pitch. Got away from Kel Strickland.
You can hear him right now. Next time he's over in the press box with us.
Yeah.
He'll have some stories to tell.
Yes, he will. We've got a fellow Gold Digger pitcher up here with us tonight. We've got our, I guess, the farthest away from New Hampshire pitcher Jonah Wachter. Wachter is up here with us tonight. That pitch is low. It'll be ball 3. First time he's gone full count on anybody. Jonah keeping the scoreboard tonight for the Wild Things.
What we say is welcome south, brother.
Glad he's here with us. The 3-2 pitch from Munhall. Here it is. That one's hit a little flare out into left field. Left fielder goes back. Brandon Prince grabs it for out number 1. F7 if you're scoring at home. For out number 1 here in the top of the fourth inning. Gianni Lombardo. Martinsville, Georgia, Limestone College come to plate. He struck out his first time up. Jonah plays his college ball. He's one of those guys, he lives in one part of the country, plays ball at the very opposite end. He plays at Tulane University. So he's in New Hampshire and then in Tulane. So he gets both climates for sure. A big foul tip, swung on and foul tipped off the catcher's glove by Lombardo for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 man out here. Top of the fourth inning. Gainesville leads it 5-0. The pitch from Munhall. There's 1 out into Theo Bryant territory. Theo goes back to his left. Kind of a basket catch out there off to his side for out number 2. F8 if you're scoring a home on that one. For out number 2. First action for Theo tonight out in the field.
But you and I both saying, Theo, 2 hands on that ball.
Exactly. He's goes back to me.
I'm sorry you're not blue base.
These guys make it look so easy. Wait, where is it? Dawson Campbell comes to the plate. Struck out the stands in Marietta, Georgia. Munhall comes second. First pitch to Campbell. 2 outs. 2 out for the 4th inning. The 1-0. There's a little flare hit off over the third base dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. Due up in the bottom of the inning will be Riley Stanford, Brady Moore, Cale Strickland for the home standing Gol'Diggers.
It's 5-0 Gainesville here in the 4th.
Campbell awaits the 1-1. Ground ball out to the shortstop. Murphy catches it, throws it over to Stanford for out number 3.
And they'll do it again. 12 up, 12 down. A perfect dozen there for Cole Munho right here as they go in order 1, 2, 3 for the 4th straight inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still Gainesville 5, Waleska nothing. You're tuned to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. Saturday night against the Alpharetta Aviators. Game time will be at 6:35. Then they're back in action for one more time during the regular season. Coming up in a couple weeks against the Brookhaven Bucks. Get ready for the home stretch here for your defending Sunbelt League champions, as they'll be in the playoffs coming up later on in July. Make sure you catch all the action right here from Bobby Watson Field tomorrow night and on Saturday night against Alpharetta. Drew?
Michael will give you all the updates as the morning after details after they win next week on Tuesdays and Thursdays and then Saturday morning. Keep them up with it. Seeing how they're doing. Riley Stanford will lead it off. He get out to the center fielder his first time up. And he'll be followed by Brady Moore. And then Cale Strickland here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Gol'Diggers lead it 5-0. Riley stands in. New pitcher, King Mangum. Faced 1-9, got a ground ball in the last inning, so he remains up there. A little action in their bullpen coach. Little chopper, shortstop can't get to it. It'll be a base hit by Riley Stanford. With a funny hop, shortstop couldn't get over, kind of glanced off his glove, but a base hit by Riley Stanford to start off the 4th inning. They have base runners in every inning so far. Brady Moore, he walked, advanced to 3rd. Murray will stand to his first time up, back in 2nd. Brady will stand in now. Talking Rock, Georgia. I call it the northwest part of the state. Bill Strickland. The 1-2 pitch. Here it is. That one straight out. They'll throw behind the runner. Luckily, that one bounced down there. The first baseman couldn't hold on to it, and Riley was able to get back in. Safety on the seventh. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The first time you've seen your pitcher this time around.
They don't even know what it came in. First batter was Jeremiah Boyd, so he only pitched to 3 guys. Third quarter. The pitch. Bounced up. Be a full count. Bounces all the way back up on. Back to the pitch. Job by Hudson. Hudson comes in with that on uniform all white. Used to be white, but it got dirt on it. Pitcher's gear. Dark pitcher rubber. Old fashioned skull cap. Man comes pull over the top. Payoff pitch. Don Mangum. Here it is. Strike 3 called. Out number 2. Strickland over 2 now. Brings up Hayden Murphy. Hayden over 1 on the day. Hayden shortstop for Gol'Diggers this afternoon.
That's going to make a 2-out hit.
Man's in. 2 out. First pitch to Murphy. Strike call. 0-1, 2 and out. Stanford on first. After the single. The pitch. Outside. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out. Pitch to Murphy. Drops low. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1. Two strikes. Mangum delivered. Bounced up. The runner's going to go to second. That's over there just far enough away to get Hayden down to second and a fly pitch. Bounced up there too. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners on second and third now. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch by Mangum. Pitch on set. It is. Strike 3 called. Round number 3.
Now 2 in for the Gol'Diggers here in the 4th inning of play. For the first time, no runs. They had 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 men left on base. At the end of 4 innings of play, it is now Gainesville Waleska nothing. We do the Gol'Diggers baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. Through 5 innings, 4 innings of play going to the top half of the 5th inning here from Ivy Watson Baseball Field. Glad you tuned in to our broadcast. Let us know where you're tuned in. You can always send a text message to us to 678-928-1826. Our text line, 678-928-1826. Let us know where you're tuned in to Gol'Diggers Baseball here on 97.5 Glory FM.
Ryan Martin, Brennan Hudson, and Quinn Petty here in the top of the 5th inning for the Wild Things. Cole Munhall still on the hill. The pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Martin struck out his first time at bat back in the first inning. His second plate appearance today. 0-1. Munhall looks in. The pitch. Big curveball beauty. 0-2. On Martin now. Martin from Marietta, Georgia. College ball at Georgia Highlands College up in the Dalton area. The 0-2 pitch. Foul tipped into the glove for out number 1. Strikeout number 3, 4, 5, 6 on the day for Cole Munhall. Brennan Hudson now will come up. He grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. The catcher wears number 44. The left-hander will stand in for his second at-bat today. Coming Georgia. First pitch by Munhall to Hudson. High, 1-0. And he plays his college ball at Georgia State, so my buddy Dave may know this young man. Hudson, the left-hander, waits. The 1-0 pitch. That one's low, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. We are in the top of the 5th inning. Munhall comes set. The pitch. Right call on the outside corner. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sun filtered through some clouds out there over the lake in right field. Wind moving the flags a little bit from right to left. The 2-1 pitch. High lifted high, but it'll be foul over the Wild Things dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Hudson stands in. Munhall will look in and get his sign from his catcher, Kel Strickland. The 2-2 pitch. Bounced up there. Good job by Strickland to squat down there and catch it in his glove, trap it. Full count now on Hudson. Munhall comes set. The payoff pitch. Outside. First base runner of the day for the Wild Things, Mike.
There goes the perfect game. Now he just wants to go and get the third out of the inning.
Yep. We got 1 man on, 1 man out. here in the 5th inning. Quinn Petty will come to the plate now, number 31. Fly ball out to Brady McDevitt, his first time up. Petty from Cumming, Georgia, stands in. Where's number 31? First pitch to him. Ground ball right in between the 3 and 4 hole for a nice base hit. So there went a perfect game and a base hit here, both in the 5th inning. Runners on first and second for the Wild Things.
Now the no-hitter is also going to the first base hit for the Wild Things.
Here in the 5th inning, so Cole, see if they can turn the double play to get out of this inning. Parker Doyle will come to the plate now. Parker struck out his first time up.
He wants to get the win. He has to go 5 innings here in the Sun Belt League.
Yep, he sure does. Cole needs a new pill, as the guys call it. Rusty Griffin, a home plate umpire, throws a lollipop, makes Cole work for it, has to go off the back part of the mound there to get it. 2 men on, 1 out. Parker Doyle at the plate. First pitch to Doyle. Good block by Strickland. Came out of there quickly. Good block. 1 ball, no strikes. Munhall looking to get out of this jam. Mini jam here in the 5th inning. The pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 man out. Hudson on second. Petty on first for the Wild Things. The pitch. High fly ball. It's going to drift and be foul. I don't think anybody will get to it as it hits down there against the fence. And Brady McDevitt will scoop it up and toss it back up to the dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I went down the right field line. Out of play for the strike.
Mm-hmm. Munhall looks in to Strickland, gets his sign. The right-hander comes set. The pitch. High chopper is in front. What are they going to say? Foul ball. Umpire came up immediately so that it would stop all the action and keep the catcher, Strickland, from tagging too hard or throwing it down to first or whatever. So foul ball was called immediately. Still 1-2 now. Good job by the home plate umpire to let everybody know what was going on right there. A 1-2 pitch to Doyle. Here it is. Outside, 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. First inning, this is the first inning out of the 5 that Munhall has gone deeper in the count on several hitters, Mike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Munhall to Doyle. Stayed high. Asking if he went. He did not. It will be full.
He's always taking too much time, too, between pitches.
Yep, I noticed he slowed down last inning from where he was in the first couple of innings. Working. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 man out. Runners on first and second for the Wild Things. The pitch by Cole. Inside, walked him. They're full.
Time for a trip from Coach Carpenter, I think, Joe.
And that's what we're fixing to see as Coach Carpenter comes out of the dugout, and we'll go out and talk to his right-hander.
Walk, single, and walk here in the 5th inning for the Wild Things. They're trailing 5-0. You don't get this thing getting away all of a sudden.
6 strikeouts and the first 2 walks. And the first base runners, first hit, all here in the 5th inning. And Coach Carp, as they call him, is talking about what he needs to work on, change, or whatever. Home plate umpire will mosey out that direction and say, hey, Liz, let's get it going again. And, wow, he's going to make it all the way to the mound this time. Usually Carp is on his way out by the time he gets halfway there. So Strickland and home plate umpire will jog back to home plate. And Munhall will take the instruction. The base is loaded now, and Jake Streeter, who he struck out back in the third inning, will come to the plate now. Streeter, the right-hander from Atlanta, stands in. Munhall's delivery. Strike called. I'll tell you what, Strickland came up there ready to gun it down to Riley Stanford at first, but the runner, Doyle, was not too far off the bag down there.
Looking for a strikeout or a double play to end the inning.
Mm-hmm. One man out. The 0-1 pitch. High pop up over the first base dugout. 0-2 now. No balls, 2 strikes on the Waleska right fielder, Jake Streeter. Cole Munhall comes set. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball got him. Swinging and missing for out number 2.
That's one of the 2 things he needed. Strikeout number 7 for Munhall.
Mm-hmm.
Now to get the last out of the inning and get out of this jam.
Sebastian Perez will play at any base. Keep it on the infield, knock it down, do all that stuff. Catch the pop-up, whatever you got to do. He flew out to the left fielder Brandon Prince his first time up. Woodstock, Georgia native. Stands in for his second time at the plate today. First pitch. Big curveball outside corner. Nice pitch by Cole. Whatever Coach Carpenter saw, they've cleaned it up a little bit. 2 nice curveballs. Strike 3 and then strike 1. The 0-1 pitch to Perez. Munhall set. The pitch. Strike called outside corner. Beautiful fastball. Caught him off guard on that one. I think he was looking for another curveball, and it was a boom. Little nice quick fastball on the outside corner. Oh, no balls, 2 strikes now. To the Wild Thing second baseman, Sebastian Perez. The pitch. High fly ball. Theo Bryant almost in his tracks. Goes back 4 or 5. Makes the catch for out number 3.
And down go the Wild Things here in the 5th inning of play for Waleska. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 3 men left on base. Halfway home here in this Sunbelt League game. It's Gainesville 5 and Waleska nothing. You're tuned to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. And join the Gol'Diggers tomorrow night and on Saturday night here from Ivy Watson Baseball Field at 6:35 each night as they go up against the Alfred Aviators. That's tomorrow night and on Saturday night. Make sure you join us for the excitement of Sunbelt League Baseball, and then in 2 weeks, to wrap up the regular season at home against the Brookhaven Bucks before getting ready for the postseason with your defending champion, Gainesville Gol'Diggers.
Brandon Prince, Brady McDevitt, Matt Rose due up here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Gol'Diggers lead it 5-0. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Gainesville. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Wild Things. They scored in the first 3 frames. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third. 2 on the home run by Corey Collins. Last inning. They didn't go down in order, but a couple of strikeouts, a hit, and there's how they got on base. And we will let the pitcher, Mangum, finish out his warm-up tosses. And let me look down here. Yep, Brandon Prince is our batter. As he will come up, here's the last pitch of the warm-up tosses. Throws it down to the second baseman. And we will be ready to start here in just a moment.
Yeah, for the first time last night, the Gol'Diggers failed to score a run here in the game. With 1 run in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third.
Prince 1 for 1 on the day. Singled and scored his last time up, stole a base. Walked and scored back in the first inning. He adjusts his batting gloves. Now will step in. His Mangum is set. Looks in, gets his sign from Hudson. The first pitch to Prince. Here it is. Ground ball, BB, right by Coach Owens down into the screen or into the fence. No balls, 1 strike. He ripped it pretty good. Bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch. Call strike. He started to go and probably should have, but would have swung over the top of it. It was a strike on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes.
You see 5 runs, Joe, for an early evening here on Thursday night.
Need 5 more runs, you're right. The pitch. Ground ball foul. The skipper tried to catch it with his hat. Couldn't do it. Still 0-2.
Diggers won back on Monday night against the Wild Things, 11-1 in a run rule shortened game.
That was an interesting game because the first 4 innings were scoreless, and all of a sudden they get a run, and then we went, I'll call crazy because we've got 1 5-5 and finished it early. The pitch. High chopper. Third baseman Doyle will scoop it up. Throw a BB over to Martin. Got him. Bang, bang at first for out number 1. 5-3 on the put out if you're scoring at home. That'll bring up Brady McDevitt. And Devitt is 2 for 2 on the day. Hit it hard both times, on with a double and a single. Put out 4-6 his last time on a fielder's choice. And you're right, he hits it hard every time he's up there, doesn't he, Michael?
Yes, he does.
Brady stands in. First pitch to him from Mangum. Here it is. Strike on the outside corner. I'm watching these catchers get down in their position. Hudson throws that left leg way out and squats and got that right leg bent up underneath him. I'd hurt for days. Not just hours, but days if I were to try to do that. I'd have a hard time getting up. The 0-1 pitch. Bounced up. 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. To the right fielder for Gainesville. Matt Rose on deck. Number 3 hitter in the lineup for the skipper. The 1-1 pitch. Hard hit ball down to the first baseman, but right at Ryan Martin. He scoops it up, trots up to first for out number 2. 3 unassisted. If you're scoring at home, brings up Matt Rose, second baseman. Matt is 0 for 1 on the day. Oh, got a new guy up? Okay, Jonah helping me here. We got number 2 at the plate. That's going to be Owen Gunyon at the plate right now, number 2.
Owen played back on Monday night and won a plate appearance.
Owen comes to the plate for Matt Rose. First pitch to him is the ball, 1-0.
He was part of that big 5-run 6th inning.
Owen batted .286 on the season.
I should say 7th inning.
The 1-0. Started to go but held up. And he did hold up. Did not go. Home plate asked for help. And He said safe. He did not swing. 2 balls, no strikes to Owen Gunyon. Bottom of the 5th inning. Owen stands in. Mangum looks in with a 2-0 pitch. Here it is. Strike right there at the knees. 2 balls, 1 strike now on Owen Gunyon. Owen, from Cumming, Georgia, plays his college ball at Toccoa Falls College. Obviously up in Toccoa, Georgia. The pitch. Outside, 3-1. Beautiful little campus. They were just renovation back in 2002 or 3, and they used one of our fields at the Park and Rec up there in Stevens County for some games. The 3-1 pitch. Hard hit ball high into left field. The left fielder goes back short of the warning track for out number 3.
And they'll do it for the Diggers here in the 6th inning of play. I should say, bottom of the 5th inning. We'll go the top half, the 6th, with the score remaining. Gainesville 5 and Waleska nothing. You're tuned to Gold Diggers Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM.
And our pitcher is still Munhall. Cole Munhall's first pitch to Jonathan Smith is a ball.
Is Gunyon in at second?
Gunyon will be at second. And as we said, our number 5 is at second base, Cameron Guidry. The pitch. Line drive, hit hard out into left field. He's got to go a long ways, right up against the base of the wall. He's going to scamper around first, Smith is, and stand up or slide into second base with a double. So, second pitch to him, and he ripped it right up against that 1997 state championship sign Gainesville has up there. And our outfielder, Brandon Prince, had to scurry over and get it. As a runner on now, and I'll bring up number 34, Cade Heflin. So Cam Guidry now at short, and Owen Gunyon at second. The pitch. Squared to bunt right out in front. Munhall will play it. Throws down to first. Good play. Munhall will go to third for a sacrifice over there. But Heflin will be put out 1-3 for out number 1. Smith will be at third, and Lombardo will be our batter. Lombardo 0 for 2 on the day. Coleman Hall stands in. And the pitch. High and inside to Lombardo.
Cole got in trouble last inning, loaded the bases with one man out before he got out of the inning.
Yep. 1-0 count with one out here in the top of the 6th inning. The pitch. Little flare out to left field. Prince is there. He grabs it. Runners coming in. Here comes the throw. He'll be stand up safe for they're checking to see if he left third early. The umpire says no. So we'll have the first run of the game for the Wild Things. Sacrifice fly, F7 by Lombardo. 2 men out now.
That makes it 5-1 in favor of Gainesville.
Brings up Dawson Campbell. Campbell, number 20, stands in. Campbell is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. He gets that one foul down the third base side, and the bullpen for the Wild Things will scoop it up. He'll stand in. The left-hander awaits the 0-1 pitch. Bounce right past our catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Dawson Campbell. Munhall. 12-13 up and 13 down. Then he's left 3 stranded last inning. That pitch is way high, 2-1. Give up his first hit. Last inning, walked 2. He does have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts on the afternoon. A double, a sacrifice bunt, and a sacrifice fly to score run here in the 6th. There's a flare back over the third base dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A lot of chatter from the field down there. From either dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Munhall looks in, gets his sign from Strickland. The pitch. Curveball, got him, strike 3.
And that will do it for the Wild Things here in the 6th inning of play. But they do score their first run of the ball game on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left on base. We'll go the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's now Gainesville 5. Waleska 1 is your tune to Sun Belt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. 5 Glory FM, heard online at WGTJradio.com. Also streaming on the TuneIn Radio app, the Simple Radio app. And we may be going out. Yep, we just went out.
does not have an ERA. He's only pitched in 4.1 innings so far this season. Coach May talking to the left-hander, finding out what's going on and why he don't feel good and whatever's happening. Riley Stanford talks to the skipper, Mike Owens, down here between home plate and the third base coach's box. Riley Stanford 1 for 2 on the day. Single and left stranded at third his last time up. Two runners on, nobody out here. Bottom of the 6th inning, Gainesville leading at 5-1. The pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Corey Collins is second. Jeremiah Boyd at first. Brady Moore is on deck. Gainesville got a little action in the bullpen area. The 0-1 pitch now by Jeff Lee. Checks the runner at second twice. A little flare by Riley. Goes down the right field line. It will be fair, and it'll just die out there in that wet grass. It'll be a double. You'll have Corey Collins will come in and score. Jeremiah will stop at third for an RBI double by Riley Stanford. So one more run in makes it 6-1. You got Corey Collins came in to score. Jeremiah Boyd made it around to third, and Riley hoofed it over to second. And that ball hit the ground out there in that wet grass, and it just died. It hit it and stopped out there in the grass in right field, about probably 25, 30 feet from the foul line. Brady Moore now comes to the plate. The right-hander 0 for 1 today. Walked his first time, left stranded at third. Moore's ready for the pitch. Swung on a missed. And Jeff Lee pitches one that bottom dropped out of it right there at home plate. Brady came into tonight's game at 344. The pitch by Lee to Brady. There it is. Strike called. Top side of the strike zone. 0-2. There's 1-1. Yeah, 0-2 is the sign. 0-2 is the pitch count. Here's the pitch. Swung on a missed. Foul tipped into the glove for out number 1. Strikeout number 1 for Jeff Lee. And strikeout number 2, 3, 4, 5 on the night for the Wild Things. Runners at second and third now. Cale Strickland at the plate. Strickland awaits the pitch from Lee. Started to go, and he didn't have to. It's a strike on the inside part of the plate. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Time is called. He's going down and talk to Coach Mike Owens for a moment. Comes back to the right-hander's batter's box, and now the catcher, Hudson, goes out to talk to his battery mate, Jeff Lee. About what? I do not know. Sometimes I wish I had a little microphone down there where I could hear what they're talking to each other about. The 0-1 pitch now. Lee set, delivers. Curveball stayed up high. 1-1. 1 run in, 2 on, 1 out here. Bottom of the 6th inning. 6-1 is your score. Gol'Diggers lead it. The pitch. A little tapper foul. Hit it out front and had that backspin and came back and hit Cale Strickland on the side there for the foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Watkinsville, Georgia native. Strickland awaits the 1-2. There's a little flare. Oh, base hit right by the drawn-in infield. Scores 1. Here comes Riley Stanford. He will score. So a 2-run score single for Cale Strickland. 2 RBIs. 2-run score makes it 8-1 Gainesville. here in the bottom of the 6th. Timely hitting for the Gol'Diggers this inning. And both of the guys that walked and the guy who hit the double and got an RBI both have scored this inning. Cam Guidry came in to replace Hayden Murphy at short in the top of this inning. Now bats. Cam, first pitch to him is a ball. Guidry 207 on the season. Home run, 2 RBIs. But a sweet, smooth fielding shortstop for the Gol'Diggers. The 1-0 pitch to Guidry. Not going to be made as they throw over to first. Lee over to Martin. One man out, 3 runs in here. Bottom of the 6th inning, Lee comes set. Takes a long time, the pitch. Bounced up, good job by Hudson. Keep it out in front of him. It did go down the third base line, but it did not far enough away. Wants a new baseball. The umpire obliges. Guidry stands in now. Ahead in the count, 2-0. Action in both bullpens here in this inning. Lee's pitch. Bounced away again, but not far enough. 3 balls, no strikes on Cam Guidry. We might see another pitching change here momentarily with Lee struggling like he is. 2 walks, 2 hits. Did sandwich a strikeout in between. The 3-0 pitch. Way outside, walked him. So now you got runners on first and second. 1 out, and should bring up Theo Bryan. It does, and there comes Coach Davis May. Wait till he hands him the baseball, and we'll probably have another pitching change right here in just a moment. He goes out, and Jeff Lee's kind of kicking himself, hoping to make a good appearance, and did not happen. And we will have the call to bullpen, Mike.
All right, we got more for you with the score. Gainesville 8 and Waleska nothing. We're back in 1 minute more Gol'Diggers baseball on 97.5 Glory FM.
Christian Harmon, number 33, it looks like on the hill out there, Mike. The right-hander. Yep, it is, from Norcross, Georgia. Pitches at Gordon College. 5'11", 185, sophomore on the hill for Coach Davis May now. Due up is Theo Bryant with 1 out. We should be getting around to the top of the order. Brandon Prince will be right after that. See, he finishes, Christian Harmon finishes his warm-up tosses. As I make my change in my scorebook. I'm going to throw that one away. Catcher Brennan Hudson has to track it down. So the 4th pitchers of the night for the skipper for Waleska, Davis May. Gaines will probably opt to its 2nd pitcher here in the top of the 7th inning. Theo Bryant will come to the plate with runners on first and second. Theo 0 for 2 on the evening. Needs to get a hit right here. Infield fly rule is in effect If the ball is hit fair, in the air, on a pop-up, in the infield. Harmon comes set, checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Line drive, but foul. He ripped that one. He was way ahead of it and hit it out in the pine trees. Down outside the third base dugout. 0-1. If he can hesitate just enough and hit that one straight as an arrow, he'll have a base hit and an RBI right here for sure. Infield back at regular depth now. They're not holding the runner at first. The pitch. Bounced up. 1-1. Theo looking to get back on track. Had a big home run. Few RBIs Monday night in the win. Like to replicate that right here if he could. The pitch. Low and away. 2-1. Theo Bryant stands in. Christian Harmon stands on the hill. Checks his runner at second. The pitch. Inside, almost got him as that ball tailed in towards him. He started swinging, had to raise his arms up to get out of the way of that one, hitting his shirt or his belly. A 3-1 count now, one man out. Lee comes set. Harmon comes set, excuse me. The pitch. That one's low, walked him. Base is full now of Gol'Diggers here at the bottom of the sixth. As Theo Bryant walks right after Cam Guidry. Cal Strickland's on third with a single. And then got over there with these two walks. Now Brandon Prince will come to the plate. 1 for 2 tonight. See what Brandon can do right here. Brandon on the season. 429 coming in. Staying right at it or maybe a little higher now. Let's see what the left fielder can do right here. The first pitch to him. Low, gets away, but not far enough. He did get back here to the warning track, but Cale did not have a good lead. He only had about probably 6 or 8 feet off the third base bag. So he will return to third base.
Those are the potential winning runs down at first base.
Yes, it is. I hesitated to say that a minute ago when he was batting. I hate to jinx these guys. Brandon stands at the plate. A 1-0 pitch from Harmon. Here it is. Low, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. The sun has finally got behind the clouds up there and cooled off a few degrees. It's not as bright here in the press box as it was. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 man out here. Bottom of the 6th inning. First baseman is running really close. That one's right across the strike zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. Third baseman at the edge of the grass. Shortstop in third playing regular depth. Defensively. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 man out. Brandon Pence hits one out into shallow center. The center fielder comes on. Here comes the throw. The runner comes in. He will slide in safely to make it 9-1.
So far a 4-run inning for the Gol'Diggers.
Sack fly, F8 for out number 2. Drives in Kel Strickland from third. Cam Guidry, Theo Bryant stays where they are. And Brady McDevitt, number 1, will come to the plate. He's 2 for 3 on the evening. Brady, the right fielder today for the Gol'Diggers. The first pitch to Brady from Harmon. Here it is. Low, bounced up. A little while. There goes the man down to third. He's going to be safe at third as he bounced the throw down there. Hudson did. The third baseman Doyle came up with it, but Cam Guidry was able to get under the tag for a stolen base.
I thought he might go a double steal there, Joe, to get that winning run there at second base.
And he has. Both men are safe. Theo at second, Cam at third. 1-0. Or excuse me, 1-0 count, excuse me. There's a ground ball out to the third base shortstop. Shortstop Smith picks it up, throws out for the out number 3 over to Martin, and that'll end the inning.
And we'll go to the top half of the 7th inning with a score now. Gainesville 9, Waleska 1. You're tuned to Sun Belt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM.
New pitcher for Gainesville, Kane Jinks in. He's from Carnesville, Georgia. Plays college ball at Tennessee Tech University. Second pitcher of the night for Mike Owens' team. He wears number 14, does Kane. He will face here, as I write this down, in this inning, he should face and does Ryan Martin, Brendan Hudson, and Quinn Petty here in the top of the 7th inning. Jinks on the season, 4.62 ERA, 11 innings pitched. See what he can do right here. Pop up by Ryan Martin. Theo Bryant goes over, makes the grab for out number 1. F8 if you're scoring at home. That will bring up Brendan Hudson. Brendan been doing the catching for the Wild Things tonight. Hudson, Cumming, Georgia. Left-hander, big left-hander, I should say. He's a big old stout kid. Of course, compared to me, everybody's big and stout, right? Except for the guy to my right. He's just way taller than I am. The guy that we'll get to see pitch this weekend, Mr. Jonah. The pitch, inside and low, 1-0. Hudson is 0 for 1 on the night. Walked his last time, was stranded at third back when we had bases loaded back in the 5th inning. That pitch is low and away, 2-0. Jinks steps off, now back on the hill. The pitch, a little flare over the third base dugout. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Brendan Hudson, the catcher for the Wild Things. Stands back in, does Hudson. The 2-1 pitch now by Jinks. Here it is. Strike called outside corner, 2-2. Quinn Petty is on deck for the Wild Things. Another Cumming, Georgia native. The pitch. Nice curveball that was a little low. 3 balls, 2 strikes now on Brendan Hudson. Waited just long enough where he didn't. That dropped low and away. The payoff pitch now by Jinks. Outside, walked him. So now Hudson on for the 2nd time in a row with a walk. That'll bring up Quinn Petty. Petty singled, stranded at second his last time up. Another native of Cumming. stands in. Number 31. Petty looks down at the skipper, Davis May, to get his sign. And he'll step in, the right-hander, with his purple helmet. Quinn, University of North Alabama collegiate player. That's where that purple helmet comes from. Back-to-back players from Cumming, Georgia. 1 ball, no strikes. That pitch drifted inside from Jinks. That one's outside. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. On Quinn Petty. The 2-0 pitch. He went, but the ball bounced away as it hit the catcher's shin guard and bounced away. It's a strike, and the runner will be safe at second as it got away from our catcher. Now 2 balls, 1 strike. We'll give him a stolen base on that one. Quinn Petty will stand in with a 2-1 count, and Hudson stands at second. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on a miss to the ball that stayed up high, and he tomahawk chopped at it and missed it. Makes it 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Jinks stayed outside. 3-2. Another full count. Coach Carpenter looking in very heavily, pacing around a little bit outside the dugout down there. The 3-2 pitch. Ground ball out to the shortstop. Guidry picks it up, throws over to Stanford for out number 2. Runner advances over to third. 6-3 on the putout for out number 2. We'll bring up Parker Doyle. Doyle, number 25. He is 0 for 1 today. Walked his last time, stranded at first. Dallas, Georgia. Doyle is. Spring Hill College. Stands in. The pitch. That one got away, but he fouled it. And he came way foul back and came against the fence back here at us. No balls, 1 strike. Parker Doyle, 2 men out. The pitch by Jinks. Good block by Kel Strickland right there. Makes it 1-1 on Doyle. Everybody regular depth here. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Gainesville leads it 9-1. The pitch. Another one that went low on Kane. 3 balls. Or 2 balls and a strike now. 2 outs. Runner on third is Hudson. Trying to leave him stranded right there. That one bounced up there again. That's 3-1. One of the big egrets flying across the field here. Now here at dusk. Flying from the lake. Probably going over to get supper in somebody's backyard. Parker Doyle will stand in, and Jinks is going to retie his right shoe. Maybe that'll make him comfortable. He can throw 2 strikes in a row here to Doyle. The pitch. Inside, walked him. So 2 walks, have runners on the corner here with 2 outs. And Jake Strader will come to the plate. Number 36, and Chris Carpenter, right on cue, will come out and have a word with his right-hander.
Well, this happens so many times with Kane throughout the season. He just gets into trouble with his location, Joe, and lets people get on base.
Yep. That's what's happened. He and the fly ball to start the inning, and a 4-pitch walk to Hudson, who stole the base, wound up at third on a pass ball, and then wound up at third on the ground out to Cam Guidry. from Quinn Petty, and now Parker Doyle got walked on 6 or 7 pitches. So coach is out there saying, okay, you got to do this, location, raise your arm up, pick your knee up, whatever. So talks about it over. By the time the umpire gets out there, they break it up and go back to their positions. Two men out. Runners on first and third for the Wild Things. First pitch to Streeter. Swung on a miss to the big cut. Had a sinker from Jinx. No balls, 1 strike to the Wild Thing right fielder. Pitch from Jinx. A little low, and the runner Parker Doyle would advance on to second with a stolen base.
Get the ball back and go ahead and throw a strike.
Mm-hmm. Get it back and work. 1-1 count now. The pitch. Strike called. Inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Streeter. Jinx looks in, gets his sign from Strickland. The pitch. Big curveball, swing and a miss, struck him out for round number 3.
That'll do it for the Things here in the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. 7th inning stretch time from Ivy Watson Field. The score, Gainesville 9, Waleska 1. As you're tuned to Gol'Diggers Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. Well, time to win a ball game, Joe.
Need to do it right now, don't they? That's for sure. Another player from Cumming, Georgia, Ashton Smith, is now the pitcher for the Wild Things. He is the 5th pitcher of the evening, used by the skipper Davis May for Waleska. Due up for the Gol'Diggers here in the bottom of the 7th should be Owen Gunyon, Corey Collins, and Jeremiah Boyd. I do see both Owen and Corey Collins down there. So those will be our first 2 guys up for sure. Smith will face his first batter of the evening here in the 7th inning. Owen got on, or did not get on. He flew out to end the inning back in the 5th. A fly ball to the left fielder. Hudson trotted out, talking to Smith to make sure they had their signs right. He will come up toe the river. Pitch from the stretch. The pitch. A little flare hit over the right side by Owen Gunyon. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Nobody out. Just starting off here in the top of the 7th inning. The pitch by Ashton Smith. Here it is. Outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gunyon now at second base. Give Matt Rose a break with 2 more hot afternoon games coming up this weekend. The pitch. Ground high chopper to the third baseman, Doyle over. Throws a BB over to Martin for out number 1. 5-3 if you're scoring at home. Brings up Corey Collins, the big left-hander. 1 for 2 on the afternoon. That big old 2-run home run back in the third. Walked and scored back in the 4-run 6th inning. 9-1 is your score. Gold Diggers lead it here at Ivy Watson. Sunbelt League Baseball. First pitch by Smith. Big swing and miss by Collins right there. Swung right through it. If he'd hit the bat, I believe it would have ended up right there in the pond or in the pine trees. One. In left center, or right center, excuse me. Collins stands in. 0-1 pitch, about to be delivered. Here it is. Stayed low, 1-1. Collins, Swanee, Georgia native, plays the college ball at the University of Georgia down in Athens. The 1-1 pitch. Strike right there at the belt. 1-2. Corey might have been looking for a curveball and he snuck that one by him. Making it 1-2 now. Corey readjusts his batting gloves and will stand back in now. The 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Low, 2-2. Jeremiah Boyd is on deck. Smith roams around out behind the mound. Comes back up on the hill. Looks in, gets his sign from Brennan Hudson. The pitch. Fly ball hit foul over the third base dugout. Oh, it hit exactly on the light pole and bounced back out to the pitcher. And he'll throw it out. That's one of those 1 in 100 chances. You know, you might hit 100 balls over there and never hit it, and boom, that one caught it and bounced back in. Collins stands in. 2-2 count on him. Smith looks in, gets his sign. The pitch. Ball 3. Inside, bounced up, the catcher caught it. Umpire flinched, but that's okay. I would have too. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 man out. Bottom of the 7th inning. Smith's delivery. Swung on a missed. Struck Collins out. Big fastball, big cut by Corey Collins for out number 2. Brings up Jeremiah Boyd. Jeremiah is 1 for 2 today. Walked his last time up. He scored twice. See what he can do right here. Jeremiah from up in Harrisburg, North Carolina. College ball at Middle Tennessee State University. First pitch to Jeremiah from Smith. Here it is. He hit that one down the right field line. Get down ball, and it does. Right in the corner, and it stops. Jeremiah's looking for his second double. He is motoring over there, and he will be safe as he slides in for a double. Jeremiah 2 for 3 today. Both of them are doubles, Mike.
Yeah, 2 out hit 2 for the Gold Diggers. That brings up the potential game-winning run at the plate.
Riley Stanford will come to the plate as the umpire, or excuse me, Hudson, the catcher, goes out and talks to his pitcher, Ashton Smith. I see Riley get untracked here and hit a dinger, wouldn't you?
Absolutely, in this thing.
Yep. A long conversation from Hudson to his pitcher. Doesn't like that pitch, so they want another one. Umpire all oblige and toss it to the catcher, and Hudson will throw him one out there. Riley Stanford, 2 for 3 tonight. Doubled and scored his last time up. Swap places with him. Or go yard. First pitch by Smith to Stanford. Here it is. Oh, almost hit it. Came inside right there at the waist and made Riley kind of suck it in, tuck it back. Oh, almost hit me. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. Here it is. High fly ball, but not deep enough. The center fielder, Lombardo, will play it for out number 3.
And they'll do it for the Gol'Diggers here in the 7th inning for Gainesville. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base at the end of 7. It's Gainesville 9, Waleska 1 as you're tuned to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM.
80, 85, 90, 95. No, that's not.
Hey, David. New pitcher. Hey, Joe.
I'm going to go into the zone tonight.
Hey, just show up when you can.
I mean, I've been here for a couple of days.
He's got it made.
Bullpen, Joe.
Yeah, I don't know who it is. I don't see the number. I see three, and there's 2 numbers on there.
Well, just take your time, buddy, okay? Take a deep
It's
breath.
30. Who's the scorekeeper got?
Matthew Mapes.
Number?
Mapes.
33.
Matthew
Matthew
Mapes.
Mace.
Mapes. Like
Mapes.
Like grape.
Gotcha.
Mapes.
Matthew Mapes.
There you go, buddy.
33. And I ran this lineup today, but his name is not on my copy. So Mapes, a right-hander, will stand in. Where's number 33? And he will adjust his shoe and get on the hill. Riley Stanford will hand him the baseball, and they'll be ready to play some ball. Due up, 891. Perez, Smith, and Heflin for the Waleska Wild Things. Mapes, first time we've seen him this year. First pitch kind of drops down a little 3/4 right there. First pitch is a ball. Perez stands in. Second pitch, strike on the outside corner. 1-1. Perez stands in, ready for the 1-1 delivery by Mapes. Side arm stayed up high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Adjust his hat. Comes set after he gets a sign from Strickland. The pitch. Outside corner, 2-2. Mapes comes set with a 2-2 pitch. Sidearm, strike 3 called. Outside corner, 1 man up, 1 man down with a strikeout. Caught looking is Sebastian Perez. 1 out, brings up Jonathan Smith. Now Smith doubled and scored his last time up. Smith will stand in. Shortstop this evening for Waleska. First pitch to him is high. 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Matthew Mapes delivers. Outside. Got a strikeout last time, but he's all over the place throwing the ball. He's 3/4 and sidearm on his delivery. The right-hander comes set, delivers the 2-0. There's one hit right out into left field. Oh, nice catch by Brandon Prince out there diving. Makes the grab in left field for out number 2. Mapes is from Birmingham Southern College. F7 on the putout. If you're scoring at home, it'll bring up Cade Heflin. I think. Nope, this is number 23. Number 23 comes up, and that is Andrew Walton. Andrew Walton now batting for Waleska. Walton stands in. First pitch to him is a ball. Mapes delivery. Here it is. High, 2-0. Top of the 8th inning, 2 outs. Walton comes in for Heflin, who was 0 for 2 on the evening. The pitch, outside, 3-0. Walton, a pretty good sized kid. I know the other night when Cole Munhall was up here with us, called him Wally. Let's see what Andrew Walton can do right here. That one's ball 4. Came inside, so 4 straight pitches puts Andrew Walton down at first base, Mike. I'll bring up Gianni Lombardo. He is 0 for 2, had a sacrifice fly RBI his last time up to score the only run of the night for Waleska. Number 3, the center fielder, will stand in. The pitch from Mapes. Here it is. Outside. Strickland came up in a hurry like he was going to sling it down there to Stanford to try and tag him out, but the runner was not very far off the back.
What you don't like, Joe, you had an 8-run lead. You got 2 outs in the inning. You've thrown 5 straight balls.
Smell a visit coming on if you want. Throws a couple of more here. Squared the bunt. Offered at it for strike number 1. That breaks the streak. 1 ball, 1 strike now on Gianni Lombardo. Lombardo stands in. The pitch way outside, got away from him, and Walton wind up second with a passed ball.
Runner in scoring position for the Wild Things here with 2 men down in the top half of the 8th inning.
Lombardo stands in. 2 balls, 1 strike. Mapes trying to get out of this inning. The pitch. High, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 men out. Leadoff man in order for the Wild Things at the plate. Lombardo, the center fielder, waits the pitch from Mapes. Hit him. That sidearm pitch just kept coming, and boom, hit him. So with a hit by pitch, Lombardo is down at first. 2 guys on now. And there comes Coach Carpenter. Right on cue to talk to his right-hander. And due up now is Dawson Campbell. And nope, we got a new man out there, number 8, A.J. Damastri is coming in for Dawson Campbell. Damastri caught the other night for the Wild Things. Come in to pinch it here in the top of the 8th inning in this game. Long chat from Coach Carpenter with his pitcher. Finally breaks it up. He'll head back to the dugout, and our catcher, Kel Strickland, will head back here behind the dish. 2 men on, 2 men out. Top of the 8th inning. Gainesville leading it 9-1. Mapes ready. The pitch. Way outside to the left-hander. DeMastri. DeMastri the other night was 0 for 1, walked. The left-hander awaits the 1-0. High, 2-0. Action down in the Gainesville bullpen. Mapes wiping some sweat away. Comes set. The 2-0 pitch. Strike called. Top of the strike zone, 2-1. I mentioned Mapes plays his college ball at Birmingham Southern University. The 2-1 pitch. A little foul back over the press box here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's the first pitch he looked really relaxed on when he threw it. From my standpoint, anyway. 2-2 count on A.J. DeMastri. The pitch. High, 3-2 now. DeMastri steps out for a second. Strickland giving some signs, signals to his infielders. Runners at first and second. Mapes comes set, and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. How about that?
And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning with the score Gainesville 9 and Waleska 1. You're tuned to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. Another new pitcher for Waleska.
Yeah, Ryan Taylor from Woodstock plays his college ball at Gordon College. He's pitched in 15 innings so far this season, giving up 14 hits, 17 runs, 13 of those earned. He struck out 14. His ERA is 7.80 though. So we'll see if the right-hander can go 1, 2, 3, or see how long it takes him here in this inning as they get a little action going in their bullpen. Gainesville's got a little action in their bullpen. Let's see what we do. Due up is Brady Moore, Kel Strickland, and Cam Guidry. Let's see if that stays the same. I think it probably will. Moore is 1 for 3 on, or excuse me, 0 for 2 on the day. As Ryan Taylor finishes his warm-up tosses. 1 or 2 more and they'll be ready. As we wait. The rest of the fielders are through taking theirs, and that was his last one. The catcher, in the exchange from glove to hand, lost a little control there, throws it down, and we're ready to go play some baseball. Yep, Brady Moore is our man. Kel Strickland will be on deck. Brady, as I mentioned, 0 for 2, struck out his last time up. Walked and stranded at third way back in the second inning. Taylor looks in, gets his sign from Hudson. The pitch. Whoa, deep fly ball. That one is out of here for sure. Way over the left field wall. Brady Moore with another digger dinger. Makes it 10-1.
That one was long gone as soon as it touched the bat.
And even I could tell that one when it was hit, Mike, and usually I have to hesitate, but yeah, Brady got all of that one on the pitch and boom, nailed it up over the bullpen, or not the bullpen, but the batting cages out there. That'll bring up Cale Strickland. Would Cale like to do a walk-off right here?
In it right here.
Cale is 1 for 3 on the day. Singled and scored way back in the 6th inning. The pitch. Ground ball out to the shortstop. Smith comes up. Oh, he boots it. And he'll be safe at first. So that's going to be an E for sure. I always look over to the scorekeeper to confirm, and it is E6. And Cale Strickland is down at first base. Now Cam Gendry can come up and end it. Cam grinning from ear to end. And I just noticed, Mike, Cam plays his college ball, guess where? University of Cincinnati. And his helmet has a big Cincinnati logo on it. How about that?
I'm waiting to see a pinch runner at first base for Cole.
The pitch up high, 1-0. Cale Strickland down at first. Taylor looks in, gets his sign, checks the runner. The 1-0 pitch. Here it is. Stayed up high, 2-0. 10-1, 10 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Gainesville. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors for Waleska. The pitch by Taylor to Guidry. Strike 1 at the knees. 2-1 now. To Cam Guidry. Cam came on back in the top of the 6th inning. Defensively been in the game ever since. Walked and scored his only time at bat tonight. The pitch. Outside corner. Strike 2, 2-2 now. Guidry at shortstop. Nobody out here. 1 run in. 1 man on here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pitch to Guidry. Outside. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cam Guidry. Cam from Snellville, Georgia. The pitch. Swung on a miss, a big cut and a nice pitch that time by Taylor for out number 1.
Diggers looking for their 2nd straight 11-1 win over the Wild Things.
Theo Bryant now at the plate. Theo would like to be the game winner tonight. See what he can do right here. Relax up there, 15. Theo 0 for 2. Walk. Last time at the plate. High pop-up. Going to stay on the infield, though. Second baseman Perez is coming over. First baseman says, I got it, and he takes it. First baseman does. Ryan Martin for out number 2.
Just got under it.
F3 if you're scoring a home. Out number 2 brings up Brandon Prince, the left fielder. Prince is 1 for 2. Sacrifice fly to score run his last time up. Digs in. And will come set. Ryan Taylor looks in, checks the runner at first. The pitch. Line drive. I think it's going to come down. It does. Right fielder comes in, and they say he caught it. So it's out. How about that? He dove. I never saw a signal. And then he held his glove up. The second base umpire said he caught it. That's out number 3.
For the Diggers here in the 8th inning, they score 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error, 1 man left. We're 3 outs away from victory. We go the top half of the 9th inning. It's 10-1 Diggers here on 97.5 Glory FM.
Gol'Diggers, Blake Wehunt, number 30. Wehunt from Carnesville, Georgia, Kennesaw State University. Blake is pitching 8.2 innings this season, giving up 5 hits, struck out 18, walked 2. His ERA is 1.03. Another good outing by the Gol'Diggers pitchers tonight, Mike. Through the 3 pitchers so far, we've struck out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, and walked 5.
Well, the 2 games played against Waleska this week, Joe, only 1 earned run and only 3 hits.
Yep. Wehunt wanted to shut the door right here and get this one over with so I can go home a few minutes early. Come back and play tomorrow and Saturday, both at. We'll be with you at 6:20, game time 6:35 against the Alpharetta Aviators. Okay, I can make the joke. Reckon they're going to fly in? Being the Aviators? Are they going to fly into the Lee Gilmer Airport and then take a bus ride over?
We'll see.
Being that close, I really, really doubt it. Moore and Stanford goes over and gives a fist bump on to our pitcher, Blake Wehunt. Batter is Ryan Martin. First pitch to Martin is a strike on the outside corner. Martin, Hudson, and Quinn Petty here in the top of the 9th inning for Waleska. Martin 0 for 3 on the night. That one was thrown into the left-handed batter's box. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Coach Carpenter retrieves that one, tosses it back to our home plate umpire. Says, I don't need it. Okay. The 1-1 pitch to Martin from Blake Wehunt. A 6'6" right-hander looks in. Outside corner, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Martin a little in disbelief with that call, but hey, it is what it is, young man. Wehunt comes set, the pitch. Hit foul over the first base dugout. Still 1-2. Have to wait on a pitch. I don't know if they ran out of baseballs or what happened tonight. So Wehunt gets one, goes back up on the hill. So, Mike, you love the picture. It's all black with the gold and white trim, and his shoes, his cleats are white. The 1-2. Another one hit foul. They may lose all the baseballs that they've got this evening. Who knows, waiting on another one to be thrown out. They do. Blake gets it. He's ready to go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the 9th inning. Gainesville leads it by 9. Wehunt gets his sign from Strickland, the pitch. Swung on a miss. He's got to hurry and throw him out at first. Here goes the throw from Strickland. Got him. Nice job. He swung and missed, but the ball got away. So it'll go K and 2-3 on the putout of Ryan Martin. A 12th strikeout on the night for Gainesville pitchers. 1 man out. Brings up the the catcher, Brendan Hudson. Hudson 0 for 1 tonight. Walked a couple of times. Stole a base. Catcher from Cumming, Georgia, stands in. Wehunt's delivery. That one bounced up here. I think he's overthrowing.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. That one's 60 foot 6 inches to the plate, and that one was about 59.8. Bounced up. Hudson stands in with a 1-0 count. Blake Wehunt trying to finish this one out for the Gol'Diggers. The pitch. Ground ball down to Brady Moore. Moore scoops it up. Throws a BB over to Riley Stanford for out number 2.
Now out away from victory, Gainesville leading 10-1 here in the top half of the 9th inning.
Quinn Petty will come to the plate, number 31. Another gentleman from Cumming, Georgia, extra hitter in tonight's game. Quinn will stand in and awaits the first pitch from Blake Wehunt. The pitch outside low, 1-0. Wehunt delivers the 1-0. Big curveball, 1-1. Nice pitch for a strike. Floated in there, kind of froze Petty. Broke from his body across the plate beautifully. The 1-1 pitch. Another curveball, but stayed inside. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Wehunt trying to finish it out with a 1-2-3 ninth. Cole Munhall would get the win. Strike 2 at the knees. 2-2. Petty asked the umpire, was that the knees? He said, yes, it was. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Outside. Fills it up. Wehunt will look to finish this one out. The payoff pitch. Grounded foul by the first base coach's box. Wehunt struck out 18 and walked 2 on the season. Only giving up 5 hits. This will be, finishes this one out 9.2 innings this season. He's 1-0 with a save. He has given up a triple. The pitch to Petty, here it is. High pop up, but will be foul out of play when it lands. Wehunt waits on a new ball, gets it in there. Wehunt will look in the payoff pitch, to Quinn Petty. Just throw it right down the middle, big man. Challenge him. Here's the pitch. He does. Ground ball. Cam Guidry goes over to his right, picks it up, throws it over for out number 3 to Riley Stanford.
That's a Gold-Digger win here on 97.5 Glory FM. 3 up, 3 down for Wehunt in the top half of the 9th inning. Final score, Gainesville 10, Waleska 1. We're back after this to wrap it up for you on 97.5 Glory FM.
See you, buddy. See you tomorrow.
Thanks. Gainesville 10, Waleska 1. Joe has the totals.
1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors, 7 men left on base for Waleska. For Gainesville, 10 runs, 10 hits, no errors, 7 men left on base for the Gol'Diggers. The winning pitcher was Cole Munhall. He to combine tonight, they struck out 12 Waleska batters and walked 5. And another good outing by the pitchers, especially starting pitcher. Munhall was able to go, did not give up a hit until the 5th inning, didn't give up a run until the 6th. So he went 6 innings tonight and pitched really good for the Gol'Diggers.
And they improved to 16-2 overall this season, 11 straight wins. They retained that 1-game lead over Columbus as we go into the weekend series against the number 7 team in the league. And Alfred, you think you got to win these 2 games too?
Well, you need to win all of them, as many as you can. I will say all of them. You need to win all of them at home. You win this weekend, be 18-2 going into your last 8 games, 7 of which are on the road. And those are going to be very important games down the stretch.
They're already setting records with the Sun Belt League. Last year they set a record for the most wins of any team in a season. They're well on that pace to do that again here.
They are, and they've got still got some games to go. Obviously, Aviators on paper they should win this weekend. Next week will be a tough road anytime you play on the road. But right now, looks like the pitching's coming into form and they're getting timely hits. And as you mentioned way back early in this game, we mentioned on Monday night that Coach Owens is pushing all the right buttons at the right time.
No doubt about it. As they win once again by a final score of 10-1. We're back with you tomorrow night, starting at 6:20 p.m. with the pregame show. First pitch will be at 6:35 as they take on the Alpharetta Aviators in the first of a 2-game series. Both of those games here on 97.5 Glory FM tomorrow night and on Saturday. Make sure you join us in. And make sure you join me tomorrow morning as I'll update you with the latest in local sports right here on 97.5 Glory FM. Once again, final score on this winning night. Gainesville 10, Waleska 1. For Joe Gailey and for producer Nathan Laddie, I'm Mike Warford. You've been tuned to Gol'Diggers Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM.